All right, everyone. Reggie here again with the Play Tracker app. Wanted to share with you an exciting new feature that we just added today. Now, remember, the whole idea behind the Play Tracker app is to make it very simple for a parent, a coach, or an athlete to track their stats throughout the season or throughout the career, right? So, we've got multiple ways to do that. Now, the other thing we want to do is to provide as much value as possible. So the latest feature, I think, does that, right? So we created a profile page for your athlete. And the whole idea behind the profile page is so you can share this link to family, friends, potential coaches, put it on your social media profiles that a coach or somebody can click on and quickly see a summary of what you've been doing, maybe what kind of systems you might fit well in, maybe even some areas of improvement. But the whole idea is to get this information out there. And so you, as an athlete or a parent, can really see the progress that your player or athlete is making throughout the season or throughout their career, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Now, what's cool thing is what you see is my desktop. And so the cool thing about Play Tracker is that you can actually download it or save it onto your desktop and it'll act like any other program or software that you're using. So you can do that on the desktop or a laptop, on your tablet, on your phone, any mobile device, right? So all the buttons essentially will be the same. So let's go ahead and check out a player profile. So first thing you want to do is click on players. Then you'll go ahead and find your player or type in the search box. Then you'll click on view profile. And so this is what you're going to see. You'll be able to edit the profile, obviously adding an image, any information here, academic information, physical information, any media, any YouTube, any Twitter or X or Instagram profiles you can add on here. And once you save it, all that information will show here. Now, this is what you would call, we call this a private profile page, right? Well, the only person that can see this is the person who owns this account, right? So I'm the only one that can see this, but I want to share with you what is on here. So this is kind of the key right here. It's the player summary, right? So we can refresh this summary, but at the end of the day, what this is showing is some brief bullet points on your athlete, right? Highlights and a quick recruiting overview. The cool thing is when you click on full analysis, obviously you'll see a lot more in-depth analysis for that athlete. Now, what you want to do with this, obviously, as the athlete or a parent, is to take a look at this and say, okay, where are some areas that I'm strong in? Where are some areas that I need to improve in? And start working on that, right? Because the nice thing is, as you continue to progress, you can refresh this summary and it will again look at your stats, which we'll see here, career averages, you can see trends, specific game logs, right? The analysis or summary will be based off of that. Now, there's a few added notes here. So the first is you can create a permanent profile, right? So you can create a link and this link won't change, but as you continue to progress and add information and updates and things like that, that page, the information on there will refresh. The other thing that we added on here is what we'll call kind of a reliability rating, right? So obviously, you might have an athlete, you've only recorded one game, or in this case, we have an athlete where we recorded 23 games, right? The more games we have, the more accurate or more reliable a lot of these summaries are going to be, right? So somebody that has 23 games, it's going to have a high reliability. Somebody with one or two games, maybe not so much, right? So we want to track as many games as possible, right? And so now, after you've created this custom link, we'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. Right, so now you can see this is what a coach or family or friend would see on their end, right? So this is what we call the public profile page. So what you'll see here, again, the athlete's information, you'll see the competence rating with 23 games, and they can even click to see if there's more, give you more information or give that coach or parent more information as to why it's getting this type of reliability rating, right? And so again, as we continue to add stats on here, this profile page will change, right? So again, this was the same information we saw on the private profile page. Here's that full analysis, right? And then we can also go back up here. We can see all this, the information here. We can go and see game logs, trends, and this is where, if you have a YouTube channel or things like that, you can put it on here. But that's it, right? You really didn't have to do much to get this profile up and running other than really track the stats, and then also add some basic information on there. But then again, as you continue to add more stats, you refresh that page or the summary, and it will continue to refresh as the season or as the athlete's career goes on, right? So hopefully that helps. Hope you find this valuable. If you have any suggestions, let us know, and we'll get working on it. Thank you.